Hey everyone, so this will be build Camaro 7, I believe. Today we're going to do the door cards. Bear with me, my house not the best today. Just had treatments, so not in the best state, but I'm going to push through and we'll get this done. So first up, I'm going to make some templates just with newspaper. I'll tape the newspaper up to the right size. So you can use the same template, obviously, because their door cards are mirrored. Some door cards aren't mirrored, so you'd have to watch out for that. Some might have an extra thing like a extra mirror adjuster or something like that in them, or electric window switch in some cars, and some passenger side doesn't. But pretty much what we'll do is we'll lay this out, tape it together. With these too, these are the little plugs. So these little plugs, they just twist out. So they've got an actual into one side, and they should just twist out. As you can see there, they got a split there. So you just lean them and they'll swivel out of the hole. So we'll get them out of the way first. Actually, some plugs all hard and stuff, so they will break, some of them. But best place I found for these plugs, you can buy bags of them on AliExpress. That's what I did. Have multiple different types. All like even the ones in the engine bay, clips in the engine bay, they're perfect for it. Some of these have been glued in by the looks of it. These ones. So yeah, pretty excited about the next build after this Camaro as well. It's going to be a big one. But I've always wanted to do my own take on a rotary. I've always loved the rotaries, I've actually always been too scared to own one. Just because of the reliability and everything like that. The upkeep and everything, so I'm willing to take that chance now and build something of my own creation and have a bit of fun with it, and hopefully get out and share it with everyone as well. Just like this thing, I'd like to get this thing. That might be the next video, I reckon. I'll get the fans working properly, put the new wiring harness in there. Yeah, as you can see on these door cards, probably can't see from there, but as you can see from these door cards, these are made of like the MDF stuff, and you can see they're all mouldy, all swollen up, everything like that. So that's hence I've gone this other product, the Masonite. I love learning off other people as well, so if anyone has any tips on stuff, I'm pretty keen to hear your tips. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much tape it all up, make it solid so it doesn't move, because the last thing you want it to do is move once you've marked your marks. So because these door cards are a bit swollen and warped, it's a little bit trickier. We'll get there. And I'll keep these door cards to the side, and I might redo them on a nice new backing one day and keep them to the side. Being the pace car, they might be worth something to someone, or if I ever sell the Camaro, they can go with the Camaro if I don't decide to restore it to a pace car down the line. I just want to have a bit of fun in the pace car, and I haven't got the time and the money to spend to restore it right now. And if I wanted to restore it, I'm one of those people that would want it bloody Mickey Mouse. Like, I wouldn't just want to buy some cheap shit, stuff that looks similar to it. Like those seats, they're not done the proper way where I would want them the proper way. Like, if I'm making the car, I'd like how it comes off factory. I'm pretty fussy like that. So yeah, this is my option, and I'm taking to get it done. Like, I don't mind these, the sort of pattern and stuff, but the seats, yeah, the seats are broken too. So the seats don't actually hold. So the seats, if I was to hit the brakes, they're just going to fold straight forward. They've got no lock. I pulled the mechanism apart, tried to fix it. I fixed it, worked good. The boys jumped in the car. They had a bit of fun with it, as they do with kids, and they stopped working again and did the same thing again. So for me, the safety's not there, especially when I've got my kids in the car. And there's no way I can afford to buy brand new pace car seats. Like, I looked at the prices and yeah, they're insane. So we're going to make it our own design. I like something different than everybody else anyway. Like that new build that came in. That's going to be, I haven't seen anyone do an old rat rod Vauxhall with a rotor in it. Yeah, well, I hope not. I wanted to be the one, but anyways. So, and then like this car, like you're not going to see this sort of style, suede, JDM sort of style Camaro around, especially not in Australia. Maybe in America, someone's probably already done it, but not in Australia, not too common. I was at a car show the other day and I saw the F body but in the Pontiac, and it was just restored to the perfect, how it came out of the thing, out of the factory, which I had respect for that. I like that, but at the same time I want to do my sort of style, have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, so now what we're going to do here is I'll just trace it on, mainly just tracing all the cutouts first, and then we'll cut them out. So I couldn't get the masonite. I went to 3 different hardware stores around where I am, trying to get the masonite in a 1200 length by 600. Everyone's out, so I've had to go 600 by 900. I'm going to have a join. I'll tape it, I'll glue it with a wood glue, and then I'll tape it. And I'm hoping once the material's on there, it should hold pretty well, as long as I've got all the clips in the right place. Once it's clipped onto the door, it should be fine anyway. So definitely keen to get the shed sorted out, set up a bit better. Struggling with the manual labour a little bit at the moment, but once I can get the shed set up and get a nice work area, to carry on with, it should be a lot easier to do stuff. Till then, this will do. A lot of people don't have the opportunity of the sheds and stuff anyway, so this sort of still shows that you can do it without it. So these ones here, you're probably your best bet is just cut them straight out, and then you don't have to use the scissors to do the carb paper. You need a really sharp blade. If you got the access to the thicker brown paper, I used to be able to buy it in big rolls when I was a young fella. If you've got access to that stuff, that would be a lot easier. Or some thin sort of cardboard setup, sort of like the stuff they line the back of the door cards with, like the doors with. Yeah, so that's the first door card. These here are identical, mirrored, so the one thing should work on the both of them. I bought some new scissors. I saw in the other video trying to cut the material with my old scissors was not working. Always something you want to cut when you buy scissors. Be bad if you haven't got anything to cut with, and that's why you're buying the scissors. Anyway, cut this out. I'll put this part on a time lapse and we'll get into it. Okay, so that's the template. As you can see, it ripped a little bit there, but that's okay. All you do, all I'm going to do is you just brace that up a bit with a bit of tape. Probably good to anyway, just so it, when you go to tracing it on the timber, on the masonite, a bit more supportive when you're running your pen across it and stuff. So that all looks good. So now you just check it on here. Do it from this side, because this is the side that you're going to see if you put the hole in the wrong spot. So just hold it on there and you check your thing, and it should all look good. So then now we need to mark all the little holes where those little clips go into. So we flip this back over. And then I normally place just a little bit of tape to hold it in place. I've only done this on door cards like a Mazda, Ford Courier door cards, the Hilux door card. They're actually pretty flat and simple. Not much shape to them, they're just pretty much a piece of flat stuff. So this one that I am struggling a little bit with. It's alright, we'll get there. So yeah, as you can see there now, all the holes for where those mounts go. With the top, so normally that other top piece comes off. I'm choosing to leave that piece on the door, the top trim, just because the clips are probably old. I'm probably going to break the actual clips that are in the plastic. So I'm just going to make these holes pretty much slots, so then the top of the board will just slide up into it instead of taking that part off, because it's going to hold anyway if it slides up into it. And you got all these ones around the sides, so it should hold pretty good either way. So I'll mark them out. That's the template there. So here's our material. Yeah. So like I said, we're going to have to join one. I'll do that. So now here's a template. So we had that tape on it already. So that's going to work to our advantage here. Place it down into the nearest corner. I do this because there's less cutting. You just bring it down to the straight edge, then you don't have to cut that edge. Most people will probably do that anyway. So you just got to make sure that the template sits tight. Otherwise you're going to end up with a shorter door card than you want. Not by much, just a mil or so, but a mil can add up. So that's a template there. So we'll mark that out, and then I'll drill the corners. I normally pick a sharp corner, drill a sharp corner, unless they're all sharp like that. But pick a sharp corner and then jigsaw around the bend. Same with these, I'll just do all four. So I normally just use like an 8mm drill bit for the jigsaw blade to go in, and then we'll cut the surround out as well. I'll put a time lapse on that and we'll be into it. How I do it, so you just drill out your corners, then you can get the jigsaw in there, go from there. So that there is your new door card. So obviously I've got to do another one in the opposite hand. So that there will be the driver's side door card, and then we'll wrap this in the suede. I've got a little bit of this foam stuff I want to put on here first. Just cut it to the same sort of shape, glue the outsides and glue around these, and then we'll wrap it in the stuff. So that's the first door card. I'll just go through and make the second door card, and then we'll get into the other part of it. So I actually forgot to mark the small ones around the bottom. So got carried away with it all, and yeah, just looked at it and I thought I'll test that on the door now, and realised I missed a bit. So yeah, where these parts were punched out, where we marked earlier, we're just going to obviously just mark them out. So these are a slit. So your best bet, I just drill 2 holes and then join it with the drill bit, if that makes sense. Be long the hole. So yeah, with these, all I do, I just go 1 hole on one end, 1 hole on the other end. So you can get these drill bits with like a tooth on them, but you can just wobble the drill. Do the same thing. Like that. As you can see now, that's the holes. So, and that's how these clips work in there. So these, as I showed before, they've got the V. So obviously this is going to be this way. This in there. Obviously you want them tight, just so they don't fall out, otherwise you're going to slam the door and your door card's going to fall out. So, and then little tools like these, handy, push them through the hole like so. So as you can see there, well, it's still not on properly actually. As you can see, just like that. So you push it through, turn it around, and then there's your door card. So you do that obviously all the way around, and then that'll push on. So we'll move on to the next one now. So the easy part with this now is we've already got this. So we don't really need the other paper one. You got to remember, when tracing something, you gain a mil. It's probably not too bad with these door cards. Some things, if you're tracing lines, it does grow, so you got to remember to cut inside your trace line. So this is going to be my face for the driver's door. So if I just go clean face up, clean face down, that's my mirror. Slide it to get the less cutting as possible. You get a nice straight edge, and then you trace away again, just like before. You can get away with, if you want to, just drilling the corners here. But because this sort of has that triangle effect, I still kind of want to work to my line. But if you've just got squares, squares, squares and stuff like that, then you could possibly, without tracing it all again, just drill the holes where they are and then just match them up with your jigsaw. But we will trace them, just in case. I'll get into it. So that's the second one laid out. So I'll get into that. I'll just cut this one. So this method can be used the same as the old aluminium checker plate ones, like you see in the old Kiwi rotaries, stuff like that. They've always got the checker plate doors. It's the same sort of thing. You can get your old door card off, chase it around, make that jig, and then put it on the aluminium, and then go for it from there. So it's same sort of thing. Get into this now. Cut that out. So that there is the second door card. Now we're going to glue the foam on and then glue the material on. So I'll do a quick clean up and get rid of the dust, and then we'll move on to that stage. Here's a quick tip with these little holes where the clips go. Use countersink bit, and it seems to pour out the hole up there, and the clips seem to slide in a lot better. So the reason you don't want to just put a big hole in there, because those clips they just won't hold enough. Hence the reason it has to be a de-longed hole. This sort of puts a bit of an arrest on it, so they grab in a lot better. So I'll show you. So you've seen how I struggled before. That's pretty much it there. So now, because of that angle, you can twist it and it locks off. Like so. Just got to get that first edge up, and then it allows you to twist it. Like so. And there we go. So here's a close-up of how these clips work. So as you can see, they're the V. You put that section in first, twist, and it just grabs up on top of it like so, and then they don't come out. So now we're going to get into the foam and then wrap it in the material. So what I'm going to use here is just this fast grip adhesive. I'm just going to use a brush it on, hoping the glue doesn't eat this foam. This is just foam that I got left over from putting in underneath our floor. It's sort of like a polyfoam sort of thing, so it might eat it, but hopefully it doesn't. It saves me having to buy it. So yeah, we'll get into it and see how she goes. so that's the door cards. This material works a lot different to leather. The stretch is a lot different. I feel like I've got this one a lot better than that one, being my first one. It's still tight, looks good. But this, as you can see on this one, she's a lot smoother. Looks nice. Obviously I still got to cut these holes out in the middle of there. That's just where the screws go through for the handle. But I'm pretty happy with that. We might cut those holes out and see if we can click this one onto the car now. So I've got a door card, no handles yet, no surround. We haven't got much light, running out of day. But that there, that's the look I was going for. It's just something plain. Once the handle's on there, it'll break it up a bit. And then there's a plastic surround that goes there. Also you'll see in here, a bit hard to see, but got the black floor mats in there now. That was the look I was going for. So, thanks for watching today. That's the second one. I can't get in to get it on at the moment because of the car's too close to the shed, but thanks for watching today, and hopefully next video we'll get into the seats, putting all these plastics back in once I've painted them, and then hopefully we can move on to the outside of the car, get it running, get that starter motor fixed, and get all that sort of stuff. But like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I think I've said that plenty of times. I appreciate it. I feel like I'm getting there slowly. Still a long way to go, but thank you. Cheers.